Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay and all of course had a lovely weekend. So welcome back to the channel and a new video. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. So you'll see it in the thumbnail, guys, if we buy it. Another little Citroen Berlingo. Bit of a story. Now I actually did a bit of ringing around. I quite often do a bit of calling around, and other car dealers call me as well, and I spoke to somebody that I haven't spoke to for quite a while, and I said, what you got down there for me? And he said, you know what, Rob, I've got a customer come in last year, desperate for this new van. The gear linkage or something has gone in his van, and he said, I'll be honest, I'll give really like no money for it in part X. I'll give the guy what he asked for, and to me it was sort of scrap money. So he said, you can have that for exactly what it owes. I've got the paperwork here and you can see it. I'm not, you know, I'm not going to make any money out of it because it's going to need a bit of work. So we're going to head straight down there and actually pick it up. I did say to him, is it all clear? Is it, you know, is it beat up? Has it been in any accidents, etc., etc.? And he said, Rob, honestly, it's quite old. It's high mileage. At the time, I didn't check it. So we're going to run a quick check on it. And as long as that all checks out, for the money, it's definitely worth buying. And you know what, I'm actually going to include the price in this one because hopefully there might not be a crunch of numbers. I don't know, we'll see how it pans out. Let's run our check. We'll keep this one as brief as we can, guys. Citroen Berlingo there, mileage okay, theft okay, accidents okay, no finance. First of the first 2011 van, so quite an early one, but still a lovely thing. First MOT. Failed MOT, another MOT there, quite a lot of MOTs, and the failures there and advisories also as well. Failed inspection, that was quite a big one. This has definitely been a work van, hasn't it, judging by all of these advisories on the MOTs. It's so nice to get all of this information in one place rather than searching all the different various websites. So mileage, quite high mileage on it. Last MOT there, 193,000. But as we know, work vans are very, very hard to find at the moment. And as long as they're mechanically sound, is it going to matter on the mileage as long as they're looked after? So this test was performed in all of these countries. I'm not going to go through them, but there's quite a few there and many, many more. Right down at the bottom of these checks, it does give you a valuation, specs and equipment, and also 9 helpful tips and tricks. So you got your checklist there of things to check when you're purchasing a vehicle. Even if you've not been and bought your own vehicle before, there is some very, very helpful tips and tricks there. What I will do is just briefly show you a quick example of what one would look like if there was a serious issue with the vehicle. So we've used this one before, guys, and it's pretty much got everything marked on it. But this is what you're looking for if there is an issue. You got mileage there in amber, there is an issue. And you got the same there with theft and the same again there with accidents. So if you do your check and you've got these 4 things that come up, mileage, theft, accidents, finance, you're looking for all of those to be green for the vehicle to be 100% clear. If any of those are amber, there is an issue, and scrolling further down in the check, it will highlight points with the issues with that vehicle. I want to thank Car Vertical once again for the continued support on the channel. To benefit from a 10% discount off your check, use the link in the description or the code SR10 from any browser. Right, let's go and pick this one up. Good morning, can I have 2 large lattes, please? That's everything, thank you. I was actually in a little bit of a queue there, guys, and what I planned on doing was actually showing you I've got it on the back. And of course, we turn up to Chris with bribery, a coffee and some bad news. But let's head back to the yard. I've just run in, look, to get the jump pack. Told him it don't start. All the doors are open, look. What are you up to? Yeah, for some money. It's not too bad, Chris, for high mileage, is it?
No, I've not noticed yet.
Oh, look at him. He can't, honestly, he cannot help himself. Oh, I noticed there was a few pennies in there when I picked it up. Of course he did, guys. It ain't a bad thing. It really ain't. I mean, it is high mileage. it's got a few little dings round it, and obviously,
that one, Rob.
oh, yeah, you can't use it anymore. An old pound coin.
Oh.
How much you got? Oh, guys, look. Mate, you're terrible. You are terrible.
It all helps, doesn't it?
It'll
Pay the bills.
straight in the pocket. I won't see half of that.
I offered you the pound.
You did offer me the pound, yeah, the pound that you can't spend. It's well used, but definitely. Chris, can I roll with the price? Can I roll with the price?
Yeah.
500 quid, guys.
Just needs a linkage.
A gear linkage, apparently, yeah. So, but I've driven it on the back of the truck, and it goes in first gear, all right. So I'm not. We don't know when we buy these. People say what's wrong. Well, they think they know what's wrong with it, don't they? What's this? It says blinds on the side of it, but I'd say more like someone's spilt a pot of paint, probably, haven't they?
Emulsion, haven't they?
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Screen.
It's got a broken windscreen. Yeah.
That's not beer for 500 quid though, is it?
No, and the seats don't look too bad either. I need a bit of a trim up. It just needs a good clean, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think though about the? Should we take it for a little run?
Well, we're gonna have to.
I'll get it unloaded. You grab tray plates. Let's take it out for a little drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, let's do that then. So slight change of plan, only slight. When we was unloading it, we was chatting away, and Chris, you rightly did say 196,000 miles.
It's done a bit of leg, hasn't it?
It's done a bit of leg, and I'll be honest, when we was just driving there, I have noticed something about the Selector, and
There's nothing wrong with it.
No, you have missed something that I haven't showed you yet. But what we have actually decided to do, as soon as we got it off the truck, I've rung up and booked it in for an MOT, because ultimately, if it's got so much wrong with it, it's going to be one for parts, isn't it?
I think so.
But this is what I noticed when we was coming down there, and it was too late for me to say it, believe it or not. Ready? Third, fourth, lovely van. You ready?
It's quiet.
Ready? Fifth.
Oh, we ain't even there.
It ain't got a fifth gear.
Ah.
It's not
Selector.
Now, I actually remember a friend of mine, he does watch the video, look. He does watch the videos. He actually lost fifth gear in his van, and it's quite common in these for fifth gear to go, but there's no fifth gear there whatsoever. But we have noticed there is a few things wrong with this, and, you know, by no means do we think it's going to
crack
pass.
windscreen.
It has got a cracked windscreen, and obviously no fifth gear. I'm not sure they could foul that on fifth gear, because how would they even check that?
We're going to have to do it anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
If we go down that road.
If it's worth doing. What we need to do is MOT it and basically weigh up what it's going to cost.
Yeah.
So gearbox, windscreen, we'll ring Liam on that. I don't think they're spiteful.
No.
I'm sure I had mine done in my van.
You did,
was it like 90 quid?
I think it was, yeah.
I can't, look.
Yeah.
No fifth gear at all.
No.
And it is a bit of a bugger to get back into fourth, so she's going to use quite a bit of diesel. But let's take it for an MOT, I guess, and see what it fails on.
Yep.
Well, it weren't brilliant news on the MOT. It has failed, but not too bad, I don't think. Do you, Chris? No. Anyway, we're at Sheppey Salvage, that's where the MOT is, and they've got quite a few of these breaking. And Chris just said, let's have a little rummage through for some of the bits we do need. Starting with this black mat, because that's going to look nice in the back of it. It is, yeah. And it'll be very, very cheap. Also, we're looking for it hasn't found on them, but we are looking for a steering wheel and a gear stick gator. We found a wheel trim. We have one wheel trim missing, so yeah, we're just going to grab out some bits that we definitely do need. So back to base. We knew it weren't going to pass an MOT, didn't we? Yeah. We kind of guessed. But the good news is it did not fail the MOT on not having a fifth gear. The MOT tester said he can't actually test fifth gear, and it does go in there. They don't drive them, do they? What you got on the fail sheet, mate?
Windscreen.
Yeah.
Which we know, didn't we?
Yeah.
Shock absorber has excessive worn bush offside front upper, and exactly the same near side front upper. Seat belt damaged offside front, bit frayed, and stop lamp not working offside rear. We've also got advisories, which is monitor and repair, brake disc worn, near side front, brake disc worn, offside front.
Right. Not a great deal.
Shame it's about the gearbox, because it'd been a real quick turnaround.
It would have been a quick turnaround.
Um,
What we've actually decided to do, you see when we was in a breaker's yard, we got a wheel trim in the back for it, and we've also got a nice rubber mat. So it is going to clean up okay, isn't it? The seats are not ripped. We've called Liam. We've ordered the windscreen. He cannot get here today. And the gearbox, if we bring this in now and get it up on the ramp, we're going to tie the ramp up until we get the gearbox. So
shame we sold that gearbox.
it is a shame, isn't it? At the other parts van, yeah, it always happens though, doesn't it? And if we,
for about 8 years.
yeah, and if we sat on it though, we wouldn't have needed it. It's typical, isn't it? So what we are actually, the plan is, Chris just said, Rob, pop round to Kent Autos, see if he's got a gearbox, and while I'm gone, you're going to actually crack on with getting some of the stickers off, because we want to know what it looks like underneath there as well, don't we? I'm sure it'll be fine, but Chris is going to make a start on it, and I'm going to go and have a quick look for a gearbox.
Start the other side, because the sun's shining on the other side.
So it'll be really,
helps a little bit.
it does help. Once they warm up, it does make like, God, that is really, really warm. So
I'll get the heat gun out.
we have got those little red like plastic blades as well, haven't we? So there's not actually a great deal on here. It looks like a lot, but that's actually one big vinyl. So we'll leave Chris to actually make a start on that. I'm going to run off for a gearbox, and then I'll come back and probably crack straight on with it with him. But now that bit of heat's on there, you can see already they're actually coming off really, really nicely. So anyway, I'm going to end up getting carried away. I'm pulling them off. There you go, I've done it now.
Yes, just with the sun on it.
That is just with the sun on it. And do you know what the best thing is, Chris? It's not leaving the glue behind. Well, they've obviously been on there for a long, long time, because that patch looks brand new. You can really see the metallics in it. Right, we'll leave you to crack on, mate. I'm going to go and have a look for a gearbox quickly. I wonder how Chris is getting on back there, pulling all them stickers off. I will go back and help him in a minute. Guys, you can tell how high the scrap prices are, can't you? It looks like he's scrapped a lot of the cars out of here. For those of you that have not watched before, we are around at Kent Auto Salvage. Got Porsche, look. I can't even think what they're called now. Is it a Cayenne? It is a Cayenne, isn't it? Possibly. And he said there is 2 Citroen Berlingo Peugeot partners in here. There's one, people carrier. No engine in it. It's got a gear stick gator though, and a steering wheel. And a lot of these are disability vehicles, aren't they? So they're like very, very low mileage and looked after. Oh, that's a shame. Someone screwed that up, haven't they? It's better than the one we got, but no, it's got a hole in it. The steering wheel though, definitely. Apparently though, guys, there is another one in here, a grey one. Cool, it is quite thin on the ground in here with cars. Look how many's missing. As usual, I will put their phone number in the description. I know quite a lot of you do actually use Kent Autos now. He quite often says, the phone rings and someone says, oh, I've been watching Rob and Chris and we saw your yard in the videos. There's the grey one. Looks a bit more promising. There's our gearbox. That'll do us if it's alright. Well, that's worse than ours. Well, at least he's got a gearbox. Yeah, we'll go in and see how much he wants for it. Looks the same, doesn't it? Nice good bonnet there as well. Not that we need one. Right, let's head back to the yard. I did go to head back, guys, but I thought better of it. I thought, no, my luck, I'll come back for it and it'll be gone. So I've just grabbed it now.
So a pretty straightforward job really. A little bit of heat from the heat gun. Like we said earlier, park it in the sun, helps soften it. And we've got these little red blunt blades, plastic blades, just save your fingernails really. And that's it. If you get lucky, they come off without leaving too much glue behind. It will need wiping over with thinners anyway, but the less glue on there the better really. I'm going to try and get this side done, and I'm going to be really good to Rob and leave the other side for him, because I know he loves doing it. Sorry Rob, only joking mate. So that's that side done. I think what I'll do is I'll do the rear doors before I turn it round, so the other side's facing the sun. But I don't think I'll bother time lapsing anymore. You've probably seen enough of that, and you're probably as bored of watching it as I am doing it. So yeah, hopefully next time you see it, it'll all be de-stickered.
Stitched poor Chris up there, didn't I? I left him doing the stickers. He actually did offer. I whipped round, got that steering wheel, sorted out the gearbox, and Liam rang me while I was out, and I completely forgot to ring Chris. So Liam did turn up, and luckily really it's all worked out well, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
De-stickered, new windscreen fitted, and I think it's going to clean up quite nice, this one. That steering wheel that I just got, I've put it in the back. It actually looked mint, and I thought it's come from a disability vehicle or a handicap vehicle, whatever you call them. But it was actually a taxi, and I noticed it's a lot better than that. It's got a little bit of a lump in it in here, but it's going to be fine. But I did just watch that bit of video back where Chris said he's leaving the other side for me, but he did crack on and get that done. So, and it, to be fair, that weren't that bad to do, was it? No. It was a lot easier to get off than them reflective strips off of them other vans. They was a nightmare, wasn't they?
And not too much glue to get off.
No.
You'd have to go over it with thinners and the mop.
But I think all of that kind of stuff, and we're being honest here, we can pull this in the workshop right now, can't we? Yeah. We can get the thinners out, clean all this up.
It's actually better to do that in there with the not having the sun on it for the thinners, because it evaporates too quick.
But what I was just about to say was, we could get this in there now, we could wipe this over, and then we could show you it again without the marks on it. We're not going to do that. We're not going to bore. When we get it inside, we start the gearbox, we'll do that with the thinners ourselves, and then you guys can see it once it's completely finished. But starting to look a tidy van already, I think. Just with the stickers off, I think it's going to clean up and actually look okay. Yeah. Shame we did scrap the other one, because it had a pair of front legs on it that had done
low mileage,
very low mileage, and now we're going to have to buy a couple of bearings. Another fantastic video, certainly fantastic for us, and I think we actually covered so much in this video, which is not all the time. You don't get the chance to do so many different elements, so it was kind of a bit of what do we get up to when we get the cars, and I shoot off and go and grab some bits. We've got steering wheel for it now and mat. Still a couple of other little bits and pieces to find, but you find different pieces in different yards and different places you go, and that's kind of pretty much how it goes for us most of the time. So a couple of little tiny bits I want to pick up on that you guys are going to want to hear, so stay tuned. Number one is I want to say thank you to everybody that's we've had a lot of new subscribers lately and quite a lot of people reaching out to us, asking us if we could work on their vehicles. Now, we really do appreciate the offer to have us work on your vehicles, guys, but we struggle to find time to actually work on our own stuff. And believe it or not, this actually works out better for us, and we actually earn more money doing what we do, doing our own things, and we genuinely just don't have time. So thank you to everybody that did offer, but unfortunately we do only work on our own vehicles. Also, quite a lot of people send us messages, a lot of people actually, not quite a few, a lot of people send messages, in particular over the weekend. I do see quite a lot of them coming through on Instagram, offering us their cars, asking us questions, asking for advice, etc, etc. And again, you know, hopefully this doesn't sound rude because it's not intended. We just don't get time to get back to everybody in the comment section. And believe it or not, if I started answering the advice questions, I'd feel really rude to other people that asked that I couldn't answer, if that makes any sense. We literally get hundreds. If you do reach out trying to sell us a car, of course, always include your phone number. I know that a lot of people that have been watching for a long time say, I can't believe you have to repeat that, Rob, so many times. But what we got to remember is we've got a lot of new people coming all of the time, and they haven't heard me say that. So if you are offering us something on Instagram, please always include your telephone number. So that is going to be the end of today's video on the little Berlingo van. I know we're going to have mixed feelings on that one because of the mileage, but we really haven't spent that much time on it, and we think that that's going to turn around. It's going to be a nice little van. It's going to be very, very affordable, and it's going to get someone out of trouble and get them in a little van. So as usual, that van will not be for sale until the day we advertise it. We won't sell it sooner. We won't sell it for more money. It is going to be on Instagram, put out there, and it's going to be fastest finger first. So if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Salvage Rebuilds. Like, subscribe, share on all your social networking sites, and we'll see you Wednesday in the next one.